Picture this: Pilgrims, Native Americans, a huge feast with turkey and corn. Seems like the perfect Thanksgiving story, right? Well, not exactly. The popular narrative we've all grown up with is in fact a myth. The first Thanksgiving wasn't exactly a peaceful gathering with a turkey and corn centerpiece. It's a much more complex tale, with twists and turns that might just surprise you. So, if that's not the real story, then what is? Buckle up, history buffs. You're in for a surprise. In 1620, the Mayflower landed on Plymouth Rock, but life in the New World was far from a feast. The Pilgrims, who'd left England in search of religious freedom, were met with a brutal winter that claimed the lives of nearly half their number. They were ill-prepared for the harsh climate and the challenges of carving out a new life in a strange and untamed land. Disease ran rampant through their makeshift settlement. Food was scarce, and the specter of starvation loomed large. The local Native American tribes, particularly the Wampanoag, watched these newcomers struggle and decided to extend a hand. They taught the Pilgrims how to plant corn, fish local waters, and hunt game, sharing their knowledge of the land and its bounty. These lessons were hard-earned and came just in time to save the Pilgrims from the brink of extinction. United by the shared experience of hardship, the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag formed a bond. And so a feast was planned, but not the one you're picturing. In the autumn of 1621, a celebration was held, but there were no forks, no napkins, and certainly no stuffed turkey. Now imagine that scene. A gathering, not quite the picturesque turkey-centered meal we've come to associate with Thanksgiving. Instead, this was a 3-day event, a feast shared between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag tribe, celebrating the fruits of a successful harvest. Yes, the real first Thanksgiving was a communal affair, a moment of unity and shared gratitude. But let's set the record straight. The menu was far from the cranberry sauce and mashed potatoes we're accustomed to. Rather than turkey, the main course was likely venison, generously provided by the Wampanoag, complemented by an array of seafood like lobster, clams, and mussels, all local to the Plymouth area. And the Pilgrims and Wampanoag? They weren't just casual dinner guests. This feast marked a moment of peace in an otherwise tumultuous relationship. The Wampanoag had taught the Pilgrims how to cultivate the land, fish the local waters, and survive in this new world. And this meal, this first Thanksgiving, was a testament to that shared knowledge, to survival, and to the bonds formed out of necessity. So, as you can see, the first Thanksgiving was not a single day of feasting on turkey, but a 3-day celebration of survival, unity, and gratitude. A far cry from our modern Thanksgiving, isn't it? So how did we go from a 3-day feast with no turkey to the Thanksgiving we know today? Well, it's a fascinating tale of tradition, politics, and a touch of myth-making. The holiday we now recognize as Thanksgiving didn't become official until the Civil War. In 1863, President Abraham Lincoln, prompted by a passionate campaign from magazine editor Sarah Josepha Hale, declared Thanksgiving a national holiday. Thanksgiving's evolution didn't stop there. The holiday's history was somewhat romanticized in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The hardship and cooperation between the Pilgrims and Wampanoag were glossed over in favor of a simpler, more digestible narrative, which is what most of us learned in school. So it wasn't really about the turkey or even the feast. Thanksgiving was, and still is, a time for reflection, a time to appreciate the trials overcome and the collaboration that led to survival. This Thanksgiving, as you tuck into your turkey, remember the real story behind this holiday. It's not about the food, but about survival, cooperation, and gratitude. So there you have it, the surprising truth behind Thanksgiving. We've uncovered the myths, journeyed through the Pilgrim struggles, and revisited that first fateful feast. We've seen how Thanksgiving has evolved into what we know and love today. And no, it wasn't all about the turkey. It's been quite a fascinating ride, hasn't it? Thanks for joining us on this historical journey. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your fellow history buffs. Stay tuned for more intriguing stories from the past.